F1 Focus Instant Reaction with Huw Griffin.
Instant reaction for the Chinese Grand Prix 2025, and this is going to be a short one because there isn't tons to talk about. It was a dominant victory for the McLarens, for Oscar Piastri converting the pole position into the win quite comfortably, and for Lando Norris getting back past George Russell relatively straightforward and sewing up the 1-2 for McLaren, even with a little bit of brake drama at the end. And race just goes to show that if it's a one-stop strategy, unless cars are heavily out of position on the starting grid, then it's going to be a bit of a processional one. And the starting grid was pretty much representative of the pace, and so there was minimal passing, there was minimal battling out on the track, and yeah, not one that's going to live long in the memory. I think, obviously, Lewis Hamilton slipping behind Charles Leclerc, even though Charles Leclerc had the damage to the front wing. We've seen that before. I'm reminded of, I want to say it was 2010, Felipe Massa in the Ferrari had a damaged front wing, had been struggling all season, and then in a race he got a damaged front wing, and he just took off like a rocket. And it's just one of those things in Formula 1. Sometimes you get a bit of damage, it doesn't actually affect your pace despite 20 or 30 points of downforce loss, according to the engineers. But yeah, Lewis made the decision to stop a second time, had to. Verstappen was closing him down, had nothing else to lose. There's such a huge gap behind Verstappen. And in the end, he was actually closer to overtaking Charles than he was overtaking Verstappen. Something strange there about the tyre wear. Verstappen was able to come back at him late in the race. And I think in a race where it may be 2 or 3 stops, that probably doesn't happen because they just wouldn't be on the tyres for that long in order to find out that that was a possibility. Yeah, and other than that, you're fishing around looking for talking points, really, aren't you? George Russell gets another podium. It's a good start to the season for him and for Mercedes. Liam Lawson, all the talk is going to be about him. I'm already seeing rumours that Yuki Tsunoda could be in line to replace him for Japan. Just an unacceptable level of performance, and you have to once again ask the questions of Red Bull. How have they made the decision to put him in that car based on the performances that we're seeing so far? What had he done in the Racing Bulls last year that made them think he was good enough? Because we're not seeing any evidence that he is good enough at the moment, are we? And so I think the only real talking point is what I've already mentioned in terms of a one-stop strategy pretty much kills a Grand Prix these days. We already have a rule that you have to use at least 2 tyre compounds during a race. Why not make it all 3 to enforce a 2-stop strategy? They've already done that at Monaco this season to try and spice it up. The rule that you have to use 2 tyre compounds is solely arbitrary in order to make things a bit more exciting. So why not increase that 2 to 3? It being 2 is a hangover from the Bridgestone days when we only had 2 tyre compounds, a prime and an option, or a hard and a soft. Now we've got 3. Why not say use all 3? It just would avoid kind of processional races that we've seen, such as today. So that's about all there is to say. I've talked for longer about it than I thought I'd be able to. So week off now, and I'll see you after Japan.
F1 Focus Instant Reaction with Huw Griffin.